Okay, so this might be a controversial statement, but I, for one, really enjoyed playing Starfield. I don't think it's one of the greatest games of all time or anything like that. I don't think it deserved to win Game of the Year, but overall, I really enjoyed jumping into that world and exploring what Bethesda did with Starfield. So after playing through Starfield and really enjoying the game as much as I did, I wanted to get the Starfield Limited Edition Xbox Series X controller, but those things are sold out everywhere. They're super expensive. So I had the idea of, hey, let's make my own custom Starfield controller. So today we're going to do something different on the channel, and we're going to take this ordinary just white Xbox Series controller and we're going to turn this into a custom made Starfield controller. I'm adding new grips, new thumbsticks, and a Starfield faceplate. And today we're going to make our own custom Starfield controller. But before we jump into it, if you guys can do me a favor and smash that thumbs up and subscribe button, I would appreciate it. All the parts that I've got to make this custom controller all came from Amazon. I'm not affiliated with anyone. I'm not making money on anything. I'm just saying, if you want to make a custom controller like I'm about to do, all the parts are available and you can find them on Amazon. It's relatively cheap. I think with the controller and grips and everything, it came to about $70, which is much cheaper than what the Starfield controller is going for right now on eBay. So I just felt like it was a much cheaper alternative. Plus, to customize and make my own controller, there's something a little more satisfying in doing that. So without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and jump into the process of making this controller. So I have all the parts out already. We're just going to go ahead, open up the Xbox Series controller box. And like I said, this is just a regular point. You can get this controller anywhere. You can get this Best Buy, Walmart. I went ahead and ordered it on Amazon during the holidays because it was like only $40. The custom shell, the faceplate, I got that on Amazon too. That was like $10 to $15. It comes with a screwdriver, the screws to go ahead and replace the faceplate. And right now what I'm doing is I'm just kind of working the two grips because there are 4 screws in those grips. So I'm just kind of taking the plastic piece, the tool that they gave us, and I'm just trying to pry the plastic apart, pry those grips apart from the controller itself. Now, this is a little tricky. This is giving me a lot more trouble than I thought it was going to give me at first. It was really stubborn, but once you get it under there, once you get that grip under there, it comes up much easier. So I'm just going to go ahead and switch over to the other one right now, the blue one here, and just to kind of give me more of a grip, and I'm able to pry that grip. Again, this is very difficult. I know it seems easy that you're going to break something when you're doing this, but this is very sturdy. You're not going to break anything. To me, the easiest way to do this is to just pull that trigger down and just pry the plastic between them down. That's the easiest way for me. And as you can see, it's starting to pop up right now, and it's much more easier to get that grip off. It's a struggle sometimes, but once you find the right hold and you kind of just go in there, it's much easier to just pop it off. Now, when doing this, try not to get too discouraged when you're trying to take off the grip. I know it gets frustrating, but if you just hold that trigger down and pry the grip, eventually it will release and it'll be much easier to take off. I promise you, you're not gonna break anything. It's just, you kind of have to struggle to find it, but once you get that spot, it'll come right off. So I switched back to the orange one because the orange one's a little more sturdy. I saw the blue one starting to bend a little bit, and now as you can see, it popped open. We got the one grip off. You can see the 2 screws exposed now, and we're just going to go ahead and repeat the same process over with the other side to pop that grip open. Once you figure out how to pop it open, it's not that difficult. So we went ahead and finally got the second grip off. Now we're going to go ahead and go through the process of removing the 5 screws. Now there's 5 screws that you want to remove. One of them is underneath the sticker in the battery pack, so we're going to want to take that one off. You can see it's like right behind the sticker. So what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of try to just stick our screwdriver in there, and we're just going to remove that screw Very, very simple. It's not that hard, not that complicated. You're not going to ruin anything. So we want to remove those 5 screws in order to take the faceplate off. Otherwise, the faceplate won't come off. So once we get done removing these 5 screws, the faceplate is going to pop right off, and then everything else is pretty simple from that point forward. So we're going to go ahead and remove the other 2 screws on each side of the grip. And we want to make sure that we don't lose the screws, because it'll be really easy for the screws to kind of fall inside the inside part of the controller. So we want to make sure that we're taking our time and we're just removing the screws and we're putting them to the side, and we're making sure we have them all countable and all that, because we don't want to lose any screws. Very, very important not to lose any screws, guys. So as I'm getting ready to remove the final screw here, you can see that the faceplate is already almost coming off. It's super simple. Once you get that final screw, you just have to make sure all the screws are completely out, because if you don't get all the screws out, then the faceplate's not going to come off. Once you get all the screws out, the faceplate just pops off. Very simple. And the thumbsticks come right off. So I'm going to take the black thumbsticks that came with the default store-bought controller, and I'm going to replace them with just solid red thumbsticks that matches the soft touch grips that I bought separately. Again, all these items are on Amazon. They're all available. Very easy. You just pop the thumbsticks off, and then I put the Starfield faceplate on, and you can already see like the thumbsticks really pop. And now I'm going to go ahead and insert all 5 screws and close this thing back up right before I end up going ahead and take those soft touch new grips and replace them with the old white grips that I had on there before. And it's a very simple process. It's very simple. You just go in and you take the shell off, put the new one on, re-screw it, put new grips on. And the best thing about this is I'm using these very soft touch red grips, but you can get all different types of grips. Like I was looking at maybe like a black grip for the side, or maybe like a gray grip, but I wanted to go with the red aesthetic because I wanted to go with the red thumbsticks as well as the red grips. That was just sort of something I wanted to do. Now this is a much different design than the actual Starfield controller. The original Starfield controller, it has like a gray thumbstick with gray grips and all that, but I wanted to take this custom one that I'm doing, and I wanted to do it differently. I wanted it to be unique to something that you can't just find on the market somewhere. It's something unique to me that, you know, I wanted to make it just kind of pop out. So that's why I went with the red thumbsticks and the red grips. So as I'm finishing up, I did end up losing a screw. Luckily, like I said, I had additional screws. So I'm going to take this screw and I'm going to go ahead and put in the final screw now. And it's a much simpler process closing up the controller than it is tearing everything apart. When you're tearing everything apart, you know, it gets kind of crazy and you really have a hard time struggling trying to get those grips off. But once you get everything done and you take the faceplate off, it's a much simpler process putting everything back. So now we're going to go ahead and put the soft touch red grips on, and you can see just by the look at it, like how much it just pops. Like the controller just pops, and right away it's so easy just to put those grips on. And you compare what this looks like compared to just the regular default white controller that I got from the store, having the new red grips on it. Like right there, very simple. I just made my own custom Starfield controller, and it was very simple, very satisfying. I love the look of this thing. Like it looks good, and I just had a blast just making something easy. Like it was a nice 15-minute job, didn't take a whole lot of time to do, and I really enjoy just doing it. And it's something like it's customizable to me only, and I'm glad that I did it. Like I said, it's something that is super easy to do. You can order the parts. Maybe if you don't like Starfield, maybe you like something else, you just get a different faceplate and you can customize these controllers to basically look however you want them to look. And like I said, I just had a blast building this controller out of something as simple as just a stock white controller that you can pick up at Walmart or Best Buy. So it was a very simple process once you get the grips off. But I had a fun time doing this video. I had had a fun time making this controller, and hopefully maybe this encouraged some of you guys to go make your own custom controller. But hopefully more than anything, you guys enjoyed this video, and please do me a favor, subscribe to the channel. It's absolutely free. Every subscriber counts, and it allows me to do more videos, more reviews, and more accessories and stuff like this. Thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate each and every one of you guys. Stay safe, and until next time, I'm Robert Storms. Thank you for watching.